It is finally time to can that deer meat that I hunted this winter. I took it to the butcher and got some steaks and back straps cut, and I asked for canning meat. I was actually given 2 big bags of this chunk venison. I'm not sure how many pounds it is, but here we're gonna get started on canning this so it's shelf stable. Have your clean, sterilized quart-sized jars ready to pack. Then grab 1 big bowl and 1 smaller bowl. The smaller bowl is for all the fat trimmings and the silver skin trimmings. You don't want that in your canned food because that really gives it a gamey flavor. But nothing goes to waste because that silver skin and fat will get cooked up and fed to the chickens, which will make me more eggs. Now, the most time consuming about canning venison is removing that silver skin and extra fat, but it's well worth it. Start cutting your chunk venison into uniform 1-inch cubes as best as you can. Chopping all this meat up is really time consuming, so I recommend having someone help you or take over if you start getting tired. I had my husband come and help me because I needed a well-deserved coffee break. Once you're done chopping up your venison, it's time to start getting your canner ready to go. I have my clean, sterilized jars. I had about 3 quarts of meat to can. I've got my handy dandy 4 jars funnel here to make this process easier when I'm filling the jars. While you're filling your jars, this is your chance to add at least 1 bouillon cube to a quart, or you can add canning salt, whichever you like. I use 2 teaspoons of canning salt. Then push all that meat down because there's a lot of air between those chunks. This is also really important. You will not be adding any water or liquids to these canning jars because the deer meat itself will have its own juices and fats that will cook within the jars while you're pressure canning, and you don't want to add anything extra to it. Once you're done loading up the jars, it's time to wipe the rims clean and add your canning lids. Put the rings on and add to your pressure canner. Because meat is a low-acid food, you can only pressure can venison. Have your pressure canner ready and start processing your jars for 90 minutes. Processing time for my canner starts when that rocker starts rocking back and forth. Once the canner has fully processed your meat, let it cool to room temperature and you can remove your jars. That's literally how simple it is to can your own venison.